So, I got a question I like to ask because the music side, it's a lot of stuff that people don't see, right? And one of those things is the dark times in the process of doing music, right? So, would you say that was your experience when you would say like a difficult time for you in your process of doing music?
No, that wasn't really a difficult time for me. That was more me learning myself.
Okay.
Difficult times for me came from me not knowing myself and people coming around that's not genuine. And I'm figuring this out thinking it's one thing, but it's weird shit going on around me. That was dark times for me because like I never had nobody invest in me, no management, no nothing. So a lot of things like I was like a baby too. So I didn't know. So dark times for me came with building in relationships, trial and error, learning like, oh no, like dang, you looked so nice to me, but you really don't like me, or like outgrowing people. Dark times for me came from like in a personal part of it, really trying to, because I'm trying to build a foundation, and then not even that. People got their own things going on, but then people also latching to you because they trying to see. Go back to what we saying. What you doing? How you doing it?
Yeah.
Let me see. So I'm a free spirit. So at the time I wasn't as aware as I am now. So my dark times came a lot from just like personal relationships and people doing weird ass shit and me not understanding why. And then I look at my life, I'm like, this is why.
Yeah.
So that's what dark times come for me from. But that other stuff, no. I just learn and go. But now you can't tell me shit.
That's what's up. I like that.
Like, now you can't tell. I went through so much shit. Like, now you can't tell me shit. Now I'm just very guarded. I go with my first man. I do what's best for me. Like, I was insecure in some natures because I just felt like I didn't have my career part together. Like most people had teams and they had different things. So I was always insecure, and it was like, dang, like I didn't know nothing, like I absolutely knew nothing about nothing. So I'm looking at this person trying to see like the same way, like, okay, how does this go? Or not, I'm not looking at nobody trying to be like them, but I'm just trying to study like different people because that's how you learn, like studying. But then I realized like I got my own thing going on. But at the time, a lot of times I often didn't live up to who I was because it's like my life was moving faster than my mentality. My life was moving faster than my mentality. So with that happening, it's like, wait, this really me? Like, you really do look this good. You really are like that. You really. So it was like I was insecure in some of those places because I wasn't aware that this was me, if that makes sense. So that's a part of growing. So a lot of mine was just being like self-development. Like that's why I struggle with. But I realized I had to go through that. And I realized that helped me see who I am. Like, I'm really the boss of this shit. I'm really the entrepreneur. It's not, people can come in and help me and invest, but now, like, I done built my brand up that this shit gotta go how I call it.
Yeah.
Because ain't nobody break me. Like, this groundwork that I put in, a lot of people have to get people to pay for them to do all this.
That's
to build
facts.
them. And I built Jayla Anderson is me. I built this up myself. So now it's like, you got to meet me halfway. Can't nobody come in and just tell me this is how it's going to be. Because I done went through all of that to get here. And now that I done learned this, now I'm in the process of learning the business.
Yeah.
I wasn't really never trying to be independent or nothing. That's just who I am. So it's like one of those things like, damn, I'm just getting, I had to be alone a lot to get to this point. Because like, this is my life.
Would you say COVID around that time, because a lot of people was by themselves in that time, like you learned anything in that process?
No, COVID was a part of my outside days. No, I just started learning like in the last, I had a splitting with a good friend of mine, and it was always us two. And then like when we split, it was just me. So it was like I was learning the world all over again. It was just always us. And then I got to the point, it was just like, dang, I had to figure this shit out by myself. For real, for real.
Yeah.
It was already kind of getting like that, but at that point, like, it was literally just me. And then I tried, like, meeting new people, and I'm like, oh, no. But it's like, so I really had to be like, okay, how am I going to do this? Because that was all I knew. So it was just like, it took, like, the last 2 years. Like, I felt like it was falling apart, but coming together